The thing tells me nothing is a mistake, and I was thinking, but if I'm doing this, if I'm ruining this. Yo, Henning here, and today I'm gonna tell you a little bit about my artwork. Nothing is a mistake. Basically, the idea is rooted in my basketball practice, and my former coach always told us that you're allowed to do as many mistakes as possible. Not even allowed, you're kind of forced to do as many mistakes as possible. Except for one rule, every mistake only once. This also means that you're allowed to do a lot of mistakes, but you also kind of need to learn something. That's kind of the idea behind this artwork, that nothing is a mistake. If things are going right, we're gonna succeed. If things are not going right, we know what we can do better the next time. And this is kind of the interesting part. So I don't see really mistakes as kind of a thing, as kind of as failure. It's more kind of a different way, let's say, to success. It's maybe not the straightest way, but it's kind of, it gets us to the goal we want to achieve. The interesting thing with this artwork was, I prepared the canvas, it's quite large, and then I tagged the words on it, and then this artwork sat for 5 to 6 weeks in my studio without me touching it, because I wasn't sure what to do next. And it's kind of funny, you know, the thing tells me nothing is a mistake, and I was thinking, but if I'm doing this, if I'm ruining this. Like, I'm really happy with how it looks now. Maybe it's already finished, but I was sure that it wasn't done yet. I'm also using epoxy a lot of times for my sculptures and yeah, also on my canvases. So I thought about, okay, let's see what happens if we put epoxy on this naked raw canvas. Because I haven't done this before, and usually if you have like paint and you put epoxy on paint, it makes the paint a bit more glowy, it makes it a bit more contrasty, it makes it a bit more pop. But what happens when you put this on the raw canvas? So I did my first layer, and then it was super interesting because of the weight of the epoxy, the canvas kind of bended, and then the canvas stuck to the frame, to the cross on the frame. And because it's kind of a liquid stuff, it also gets a bit see-through, so you can kind of see behind the artwork, behind the canvas. And this what was really catching me, and I redid this epoxy process, I think 3 or 4 times, because you also need to use, because of the area, I needed to use a lot of epoxy, especially with the raw canvas, as it was like really thirsty and sucking the epoxy in. So yeah, now I'm really happy with the outcome, and it's with the epoxy, it also kind of sealed the mistakes in, because there's also a spelling mistake. It is exactly as it needs to be. Thank you for listening. Bye bye.